Gaming! The sport of kings. If you take a step back and compare gaming now to what gaming was back in the day, you'll notice that they're different in a way. Now the question is, how different? Why different? Who different? Is it different in like a good way different? Or like a bad different way different? Okay, please don't click off. Here's the context. This video is one of a 3-part series, in which this is part 2, where my aim is to determine once and for all if this industry is truly getting worse. And as for this video, we'll be comparing what gaming was back then to what gaming is today, and ultimately seeing if we're headed in a good or a bad direction. So yeah, let's get into it. In the late 90s to early 2000s, video games were absolutely taking off. Big innovations dropped constantly, evolving around every corner. Like the enormous leap from 2D games to 3D. Things were exciting and new, so many standout hits that defined their generation. But now, the entire industry is facing an inevitable plateau, where the rate of big, meaningful improvements has slowed down to a crawl. But the expectation for big improvements is still there, forcing the industry into sort of a no-win situation, where people want their brand new consoles and games to be leaps and bounds better than the old ones, because up until recently, that's what we got. And simply put, it's not possible anymore. We've pushed quality to a point where it can't really get much better. We're running out of improvements to make, and developers are struggling to keep up. Because now, to make a game that surpasses all others, it requires more money, manpower, and time than ever before. AAA quality games cost millions now, and look how long it's taking GTA 6 and Elder Scrolls 6 to come out.
We got arthritis.
This constant pressure to keep improving is now forcing developers to squeeze in as many little graphical details as they can, all in a desperate attempt to compensate, such as literally adding pores to characters' faces. I mean, yeah, these hyper details look good, but is it worth it? All that extra time, effort, and money, all for diminishing returns and slightly more realistic grass. And for From Software, apparently that means adding the most detailed feet you have ever seen. Really makes you think. Now I have 4 more ideas I wanted to add here, but I don't really know how to slip them in, so I'm just gonna rapid fire list them off. 1. The more graphical quality we stuff into games, the bigger the file size is. And personally, I'm not a fan because games are getting massive. 2. My PC whirs like a table saw whenever I boot up a modern game, and I feel like games are getting too demanding. But that might just be a me problem, honestly. 3. Because the bar is set so high for visuals now, a game either takes 10 plus years to develop or gets rushed and released with a million issues. 4. Frame rate and resolution quite literally have a limit that we are kind of already at. We're at 4K and 240 FPS, there's not really a benefit to go any further. So, visuals will obviously get better, but I think it's plain to see that we're getting close to a limit. Alright, that's all. Now this plateau isn't just affecting quality, originality is also plateauing. With every year that goes by, it seems as though, especially with big titles, that brand new, completely original ideas are becoming increasingly rare. Like many developers have become more or less creatively bankrupt, copying rather than creating. Naturally, this puts us into an age of remakes and remasters, where in a shallow effort to stay relevant, studios decide to re-release old success stories because new ones are becoming harder and harder to make. And you can definitely tell with some of the most prolific and long-standing series that they are 100% scraping the bottom of the barrel, thinking to themselves, how far can we milk this until it dies? Gaming monoliths of the past will become tarnished because studios refuse to move on. Lightning strikes once, and then they try and force it to strike again and again until all the magic is gone. It's like trying to feed someone their favorite meal every single day. Most people will get sick of it, and for those that don't, they simply can't be trusted. This happened with games like Back 4 Blood, Diablo 4, Kingdom Hearts 3, Civ 7, Destiny, Pokemon. Oh, poor Pokemon. What have they done to you? And the sad part is, many of these games wouldn't even be bad on their own. They just look a lot worse compared to the originals. And for many fans, it leaves a bad taste in their mouth because they realize that the game they once knew and loved is long gone and should have been left in the past as a good memory. It seems as though the longer that gaming lives on, the harder it will be to find original and compelling ideas, where gaming as a whole will eventually atrophy and wither. All that we'll have is shallow reenactments of what we once loved, and the excitement of something totally new will be a feeling that's forever lost to time. Or is this where it starts getting good? Even if some things like graphics and quality are plateauing, creativity is not. What if, in every other way, games can still get better from here on out? We just need the right people to come along and make it happen. And one of those people is undoubtedly Zeekers, the solo creator of Lethal Company. Oh, there's a tea kettle.
Oh. Ooh.
This single person has sculpted a creative masterpiece, a true passion project that hit the entire gaming scene like an earthquake. Everyone was playing it, and for good reason too. It took relatively new, interesting, and unused ideas in the horror genre and combined them into a game that's great to play with friends. In fact, it works better with friends.
Oh, hey! How you doing, man?
Oh, he's done. He's got two. He's got two.
Oh
Spider.
No, there's...
no! He's dead.
In just 2 years, the game has already inspired multiple successful spin-offs, as well as creating a whole new subgenre that people are worshipping. And one of the most important aspects of this game is that it pushes a very valuable idea that the whole industry is realizing. Style over quality. Having an iconic, distinct, and creative look to your game will always be infinitely more important than hyper detail. It all goes to show that there's still plenty of room for new ideas. And if there's anything that can prove that point further, it's the entire modding community. A cesspool of unladen freedom and creativity, where some mods can even straight up improve the actual game. But not all of them.
I can't look away!
And we still got fantastic examples of creative games coming out. You just gotta learn how to spot the gems from the absolute doo-doo garbage. And the right people are still out there, cooking up something good. So as long as that's true, we'll be in good hands.
Hi.
You've been seeing it, I've been seeing it, we've all been seeing it. Indie games are the ones dropping the best titles now. And in a way, that's always kind of been the case. Zelda, Mario, Doom, Pokemon, Final Fantasy, all big games now, but started with only a handful of people. People with passion and creativity who weren't afraid to take risks, weren't afraid to get a little weird with it. And that's the key, the reason why indie games end up so charming, unique, and fun.
Knock, knock.
From what I've realized with my boundless wisdom is that it all comes down to values. Values that are lost when things become too corporate and controlled, when non-negotiable deadlines and strict quotas become the priority over any sort of artistic freedom. Because, oddly enough, when you allow people some unfiltered creativity, they'll make something creative. It's crazy how that works. This reminds me of something I heard from the creation of Dark Souls. Instead of telling his concept artists exactly what to make, the director, like a woman, dropped hints and gave vague ideas of what he wanted because he preferred that they figure it out on their own. He'd give them a direction, a mood to aim for, and then set them loose. Any style, any medium, any way they wanted to make it, complete freedom. And then he'd build off whatever they made. Now, because everything in Dark Souls is so faithful to what the artist created, when you're playing, it feels like you're walking around in a living painting. Stuff like that is why I trust From Software so much, and frankly why they succeeded for so long, because it's clear in everything they make that they still have the values that count the most. It's also clear when studios don't have these values, and genuinely it makes me happy when I see a studio get torn apart by people online for bad practices, because that's natural selection kicking in, baby. They'll either be forced to change or die with their corrupted values. After everything, I think there's definitely some truth to the fact that over time it gets more difficult to be completely original because people are always thinking up good ideas, and with so many good ideas out there, it gets hard not to have any overlap. So it makes sense that things have felt especially homogenous lately, and sadly, I don't think that feeling will go away. However, despite this, people are still finding super creative ways to build off these older established ideas, extrapolate rather than having to start from scratch. And I think that's the key, why creativity can never be stopped. If anything, there's way more room for new ideas, because now people have a foundation to build off of. Old ideas are now a starting point, so new ideas can go further. And even if something's been done before, that doesn't mean it's the end of it, because there's a big difference between something that's been done and something that's been done right. Like Culver's. Even though a fast food burger chain isn't exactly unique, Culver's does it the best, and if you disagree with me, I don't know what to say. I've had In-N-Out, I've had Sonic, I've had Five Guys, and guess what? Culver's is better. I'm sorry. If you think I'm wrong, you can tell me why, and maybe I'll have to try some things, but I'm telling you, I don't think it can be beat. Well, there it is. Is gaming better? Worse? Is there any hope for the future? Is there something I should have brought up but didn't? We can talk about it all in the comments and have a nice, pleasant, friendly conversation, right guys? Anyways, you're really gonna want to subscribe to see this next part, because the next one's about you.